Hello. I'm going to be doing a collective reading for today, which is October, I have to look and see, we're at October 11th. Yesterday was the 1010 portal, which is just a window of opportunity, energetic window of opportunity for great change, for us to shift into the next chapter in our lives. So I just did a reading on Patreon because Mercury has just moved into Libra along with Venus now, and this is the beginning stages, but bringing great balance back into our relationships as well as communication and clear communication. So I wrote some notes down on the current strong transits. We have a lot more going on than what I'm going to talk about, but I figure I'll give a little overview before we start the reading. So we have today the Sun in a conjunction to Venus, which also is really highlighting our relationship matters, shining a light on all of our relationship matters, as well as our material well-being, meaning our finances, our home, the things that we value here, that we need for, for our comfort. We have also the Sun in a trine to Saturn, which is shining a light on our responsibility, our self-responsibility. Responsible for our actions and the things that we say and do. We have Mercury in an opposition to Jupiter. This energy could bring overconfidence to some. So you want to be mindful of that. Jupiter expands whatever we're working with at that time. And Mercury is of the mind and of our communication as well. But just be aware of being overconfident and and possibly scattered thinking could be going on right now. But this is a good energy to put your focus into maybe learning something new, or doing something, creating something new for yourself. Venus is in an opposition to Chiron, which this is actually a beautiful, these energies all combined are beautiful energies for the healing of our relationships, including relationship to self. So Venus in opposition to Chiron shows us clearer our relationship wounds. It reveals these hidden issues within our psyche, within our subconscious, that have been stored away in our subconscious from childhood. So our early childhood issues regarding how and why we relate to certain people now will present themselves, and it makes our patterns of behavior makes us more aware of our patterns of behavior, brings that to consciousness. So we're bringing the unconscious to consciousness in all of these matters here, and this really does lead to harmony, deep healing as well. Chiron is all about our healing, our past, our childhood wounds. We have Mars in a square to Neptune. So we're all feeling each other in a much deeper way, psychically. Even people who are not in alignment with their own psychic abilities are feeling other people and sensing them in a much deeper way. This energy can also bring a potential for illusion and deception. And also understanding why certain people are in our lives. That could be unclear, or maybe that is clearing up for some people. And then, of course, we still have Saturn squaring Uranus very strongly, which I've been talking about. The boundaries, the walls that we put up, a lot of times we make excuses to ourselves as to why we can't do the things that are deep inside we want to, and it's to stay comfortable and safe. Yet Uranus is really like, no, break free from that. It's time to make a move. This is so uncomfortable. We need to tear these walls down. So let's get into the reading, shall we? I hope everybody's doing well today. And here comes the sun glare. I can't really get away from it, sorry. We have Starling as the first card. Now is the time to get out into the world and connect in authentic ways. Yeah, it is time to break out of our comfort zone, break out of our shells, get ourselves out into the world authentically. And we have the Crow. Universal laws and truths are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your reality. Yeah, that's definitely Mercury moving into, I almost said Venus, Mercury moving into Libra, along with Venus. Suddenly we're beginning to see the other person's, or, within relationships, we're being able to see the other side of a situation, and vice versa, which is clearing up a lot of things that maybe had been delusional or an illusion or just deceptive in our own mind. Anything else? No, I'm good. Okay. So let's get into this. Let's see what comes through. I am definitely starting to not only sense but experience this energy. So another reason why I thought I was done the reading for the day, and it just came right back like, no, there's more. And of course, certain phone calls and things that I got this morning just showing me how this harmony, whatever had been in conflict, or just there's been a lot of confusion within that conflict, unknowns, or things didn't make sense all the way, are starting to make more sense. And we are starting to be able to, I don't know if we're quite at the energy where we are reconnecting yet, but at least that's the sensation of like, all right, I think I'm ready to talk about this and clear some things up. All right, so for the collective, it is time to get out of our comfort zone. I feel like there's a lot of people who have rejoice in celebration, 3 of Cups. Reconnecting, connecting with those that we enjoy our company with, that we love. Celebrating life with those that we love. Now I lost whatever was coming to me. Oh. So there are many out there that have been in relationships, karmic relationships, even relationships within family dynamics, where they are really just enduring the relationship. This is endurism, meaning it's a lot of religions do this, but not just religions. It's programming and conditioning, social conditioning, where we think we're doing the right thing. We think that we're being a good person and loving by enduring a situation where we're not happy, but the other person, it's almost like you feel too bad to leave the other person. They need you, or they, it would. So it's just constantly enduring a situation that's getting harder and harder and harder to do. Those are the energies I'm sensing very strongly are starting to break free from that, and realizing like I'm not doing myself any favors by staying in the situation. I'm not doing this other person any favors either, because I'm unhappy. And it's so me being unhappy, I'm asking the other person to deal with my unhappiness while I'm dealing with their clinginess, or vice versa. And that's just both people end up enduring the relationship after a while. And then what's the point? What's the point of having that connection? Now, of course, the point being, especially if it's, you want to at least try. These are people that have tried to express themselves. It's not received by the other. Each person needs each other to be a certain way, and so you're playing a part, a character in the other person's lives, and vice versa, and not being true to yourself. Endurism. Waiting for the other person to change, or waiting for an opportunity to maybe be more clear and honest about how you feel. And that waiting game just continues to go and go and go and go and go, because you're going to wait for a long time. This is the time to stop the waiting game and express yourself, make a change, make a move. Express yourself. Say what you need to say. I might title this that. Say what you need to say. A song, right? Say what you need to say. Just do it. What's holding you back? What's holding you back is something from your past. Some insecurity, some fear, something that needs to be understood, shifted as well. We get a lot of lessons and deep understandings about ourselves within our relationships to other people. Third chakra. Say what you need to say. The cards are just going to come out. And the messages are coming through so strongly right now. Say what you need to say. Stop waiting around. Stop waiting for the other person or for something to shift and change. It is up to each and every one of us to make the great changes and shifts that we need to make for ourselves in our lives. On the floor, every time cards go on the floor, these are strong messages to pay attention to. Discontent and boredom. Yeah, these are the relationships, these endurism relationships I'm talking about. After a while, you become so discontent within this relationship dynamic and bored with life and the situation altogether. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Trapped in fear. Trapped in fear. And this is that cage. I need to do that. This is that trap that we put ourselves in. This is that cage that we think that we're in. We're making excuses as to why we cannot get out of the cage. Excuses that may seem even logical, yet they're excuses nonetheless. We are all capable of making the great changes, but those changes that seem really big or drastic, that's when the fear creeps in. Trapped in fear. The cage door is open, but some people are still feeling very comfortable in their jail cell, afraid of leaving. This is that Stockholm syndrome. Below that is balance and new beginnings. Say what you need to say. Let yourself out of the cage. Oh, I'm feeling this message so strongly, it's ridiculous. Okay, let's do a different deck. Oh, these are too big for my hands too. Let's see what the animals have to tell us. The animals have been speaking to me a lot lately. Yep. Okay, so within the relationships, this is just confirming that there is tension or problems or issues. Tasmanian devil. This speaks of conflict and competition and hiding truth, hiding your own truth. And you know, competition and comparison can be one of the biggest damaging things to relationships. You usually find it within like sibling rivalry, but then if you grew up with that type of dynamic, you find yourself in that type of energy with friends and lovers and other people as well, the competition and comparison. And that just leaves us, that robs us of our own authenticity. Tell me about the waiting game, please. Hawk. Clear vision. Conquest. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for something to change or someone to change. It's your turn to make that change. This is your conquest. There's a clear vision. There's much more clarity now. Now that Mercury is in Libra, we're having more clarity to bring our situations into balance for ourselves. That's an Ace of Swords. That's a change of a way of thinking. That is an aha moment. Aha, an epiphany. The universal laws and truths are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your forward motion. Throat chakra. Wolf. So I think a lot of people also have been reluctant to express themselves fully, truthfully, honestly, authentically, because of some form of like what other people are going to think, your reputation maybe on the line of some sort. Maybe you're feeling like if I leave this person and I leave this relationship, then suddenly I'm a bad person. I'm no longer dependable or reliable on. It's a fear. It's programming. And you're creating that for yourself. It's something that had been passed down from generation to generation. Again, certain religions really push this a lot on people, and it is, it's a manipulation tactic. I'm not knocking religions. I'm just pointing it out that, you know, also a lot of people, we don't all get the same mental picture from words and things. We are sensory beings. Everything that we experience here on earth, we experience through our senses, our sight, our sound, touch, taste, all of our senses, even our thoughts. I posted on Facebook yesterday or last night. It was a deep realization from my psychic abilities and other things, we'll just say, that our thoughts even, they're not necessarily our thoughts. They are our sensory systems. We're picking up on information that's flowing around that we can't see. It's energy. So think about, I'm sure that some of you or all of you have had this experience before where you're like really closely tied to somebody, a sister, a friend or something, and you think of something, comes into your thoughts, and as you go to say it, the other person's like, oh my God, I was just thinking the same thing. I was just going to say the same thing. Or you think of somebody comes into your thought, and then they call you. Those types of things. That is showing you how we are actually sensing and picking up the energies through the crown chakra. We're sensing and picking up the communication, the lines of communication. This is how I read tarot. I'm picking up from the stream of consciousness, of communication that is always around us. So I don't know who needed to hear that, but that's just a little little nugget for you. Let's go into discontent and boredom. Scorpion. And the bluebird at the bottom. 9 of Wands. So, once we get to this point where it's just like we are not happy or satisfied in our relationship, and then brings us to not being happy or satisfied in life, just bored with everything because you feel like you're stuck in something. Scorpion is like the only way out is to resolve the situation one way or the other. 9 of Wands. This is, it can be deep frustration. However, it requires bravery, resilience, resolve. Bluebird at the bottom of this spread is 3 of Swords. That's our pain body. That is our emotional storms. This has been a very emotional transit. I know for me, September was extremely emotional. But this is allowing us to be free from that as well. We have a choice. We can free ourselves from this. Let's pull from the Starseed Oracle. So whatever clarity is coming in for you now, whatever, there is an opportunity to resolve conflict one way or the other, which is a beautiful, beautiful energy. Regardless of the situation or what direction each person is going to go in, we all deserve a chance for change, great change in our lives to bring us to a happier, more harmonious place in our lives. It's not necessary to feel powerless. I'm looking at the throat chakra. Powerless to express and communicate what we need to. That is an imbalance with out of balance throat chakra. We have the cosmic heart, which speaks of devotion. This is a potent energy. Make your life a moving prayer. We have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. This is the whole newness that has just opened up for all of us to step into a newer life, a new chapter in our lives. And we have called soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. So yeah, what I'm getting here is that a lot of people are hearing the call of their soul. They're hearing the call of their heart and the cosmic heart. It's time to devote yourself, to your life path, to your own happiness and well-being. Make your life a living prayer. I read that as connect yourself to your higher self. Connect yourself to life itself. Every day, every moment of every day. Devote yourself to yourself. And newness is coming. The new chapter is here. Are you going to break free and break out of the cage that is created in your mind? Yes, there are outside sources and forces that are also seemingly holding some of us in a state of just discontent and boredom. Yet, it is up to us. We're not trapped. Unless you're actually physically in a jail cell, and even then, you can expand the mind. But unless you're actually like physically chained to something and you can't move, then you can make this great change right now for yourself. Anything else? All right, we want to pull one more from Moonology. Nope, okay. One more from the Oracle of the Seven Energies. Must be a message in here for us all. I can't wait to hear it because these readings I've been doing lately have been very inspiring. As we've all been looking forward to more harmony and peace and balance in our lives, I'm experiencing, witnessing, and sensing these great changes happening. And the Libra energy, now my ascendant is Libra. My rising sign is Libra. So maybe that's why I'm sensing this harmony and balance stronger. And I used to have such deep codependency patterns from having that Libra placement, as well as being the oldest of 5 and all of, my past experiences of just making sure everybody else is okay. But I always neglected myself. No more, but that was definitely some deep life lessons I had to learn throughout my path. That it seems it's so natural to us. We're just like, I'm a natural giver, and I am a natural giver. Yet, not really, it's not in any human being's nature to just give themselves completely away to others. We have to give from our abundance, from what we have that we can give without depleting our own energy. If we just give and we deplete our energy, you're not doing yourself or anybody else any favors at all. Okay. We have opening to discovery. I don't know if I've ever pulled this card either. Let's read it from the book. Opening to discovery. We tune in to information from our outer environment, then assign meaning to it within our psyche. Every day, however, the amount of data we sort through exceeds what we're capable of processing. Especially since the advent of the internet, we have been bombarded with more than we could ever hope to absorb. Therefore, it's important to be mindful of what we expose ourselves to. Yeah, because we are in an overstimulated environment right now, especially with our devices and the internet. All right. Consistent exposure to unhealthy messaging invites us into a cynical, fear-based worldview. On the other hand, conscious exposure to information supporting our well-being shifts us towards growth and expansion. The choice, though, is not always obviously ours, which is why we must be discerning on a daily basis. The universe is always engaging us. We are part of it, after all, through synchronicities, omens, and other signs that point towards our best path. Our intuition helps us tune in and see our environment like an oracle. However, this new information doesn't always make sense right away, so being curious and non-resistant is key to learning. Try not to judge a situation. Today, be open to receiving important information that may come from an unusual source. The universe wants to help you, but recognizing the way this aid will arrive depends on your willingness to shut out all the other noise. Maybe you need to take a break from social media, gossip, or the news. Don't let yourself get distracted. Listen without attachment and see what arises in your life. Expect a message from the universe and you shall have it. Beautiful. So I'm getting that these are the messages for today. With this energy shift, we are shifting a lot each day. The sun is very active too. We had a few more solar flares go off in the middle of the night and this morning. So that's also affecting our consciousness, our physical body, our lives in general. There's a lot going on, but the clarity and the need for peace and harmony and the need to be free from constraint, free from this cage is very, very strong. So I hope that this was helpful for some or all of you. If you like this video, please click the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you're looking for a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. If you click just below this video, there's a little upside down triangle or carrot. It has a drop down box with all of my information. It has my website, which is BeTheChange333.com. It has my Patreon page. If you're interested in joining me on Patreon, that's $5 a month membership for unlimited extended readings. My Facebook page is on there, as well as my Venmo, my PayPal. So if anybody's interested in that, you can check out the description box below. Take good care. Bye.